How big of a game changer is it whenever Withers gets ejected?
It was huge, and he's one of the best obviously at the face-off. He does such a great job defensively as well. So losing one on the back end, having that opportunity, to get some draws and get some momentum our way was great for us. I think it changed the course of the game.
How did Halls take the pressure at the end of the game?
You know what? I think it was just most of those guys were just on adrenaline for the most part. I don't think they're really thinking about it. They were just, like I say, they were just doing their job. And again, they got a few on us late there, but hey, we had enough of a lead, so we'll take it.
I mean, right now, coming into this game, Halifax and Rochester 1-2 in the penalty kill. And, I mean, in certain situations, it really showed. Rylan Hartley was standing on his head through a lot of those penalty kills. I mean, can you just talk through the play on the PK?
Yeah, and again, the guys in front of them were doing a good job, too. They have multiple shots, but that's the one thing we kind of keyed. If we just sort of keep our shape and keep the shots at angles that Hart can just sort of square to it, then we'll take our chances. And I thought we were good that way. And Harts was making the saves he was supposed to.
I mean, the transition goals were abundant for both teams in this one, and the defensive guys for Rochester really getting into it. How important is it to have non-forwards scoring goals in a game?
It's huge. Again, that's the premise that we want to play. We want to control the pace and create some opportunities from our back end moving forward. And the last two, I don't think we did a very good job at that. Tonight we got back on track, and again, we made the most of our shots, which is, again, that's what we need to win.
Mitch Ogilvie is a guy that last year the theme was his constant improvement, and now we've kind of maybe seen a little bit of acceleration, do you think, in this absence of Dan Coates? He just has been looking very dominant on the floor.
It's confident, right? And it's confidence in his game, and it's confidence in the guys around him. I think Jordan Sturrow's coming over here. The two of them know each other well, and they're, for the most part, constantly on the floor together as well, so they work well. And yeah, he's taking those steps and taking big steps here for us for a young kid. And again, playing with confidence, and we'll go.
I mean, on the forward end, you have three big accolades. Thomas Vella gets his first NLL goal. Ryan Smith goes over 100 points. Connor Field sets a new franchise record for single-season goals tonight. I mean, just the offense. Can you tell me about it?
You know what? Again, I think you just hit the nail on the head there. It's not just one guy; it's multiple guys doing jobs here tonight, and holding Sting in too late as well. Sort of gave us that extra cushion, which is what we needed. Yeah, we do it by committee, and again, those guys are having success, and it's great to see, right? But at the end of the day, I think as a group, I think that's more important what we're doing right now.
3 weeks ago, you said some people thought you might go 0-4 in this stretch. You go 2-2, and now you go into a bye. I mean, how much bigger is it to be 2-2 instead of 1-3 going into that bye?
It's huge, and the 2-2 is splits a bit against two really good teams, right? So it's not like they control, I don't know what the way tiebreakers work, but now they got to do a little bit of math on the tiebreaker. So that's one thing we kind of said coming into this, in our room anyways. If we have an opportunity to maybe steal a split here, then we'll take it.
Coach, a lot of times people look at the big transactions like a Connor Fields, but you guys also brought in Brad Gillies and you brought in Jordan Sturros, who you mentioned just moments ago. How important are those guys to the full team and the little things that they do that don't show up on the score sheet?
Well, that's it in a nutshell. Like Brad is a veteran in this league, and he's played in this building, and he's had some success as an individual player, and just having his experience back there is just another. It's depth, right? It's great depth, and it slots our guys where they should be. And he takes a ton of minutes, and Jordan as well. He's a little underappreciated, obviously, in Buffalo. And again, he's a young kid that I know that I'm a little familiar with. But he's stepping into and creating his own opportunities here because, again, he's a guy that hasn't had that opportunity. He's making the most of it for us right now.
How about the bounce-back game for Ryland? You took him out of the game up in Halifax with about 10 minutes to go. And then tonight, I mean, really, you take a look at that first 55 minutes for certain. He just shut down that Halifax offense.
100%. I think, even back to last week against Buffalo, he got rattled a little bit. And I think it was 2 weeks in a row that he was a little bit rattled. And, yeah, for him to come in and just sort of shut the door and just get some confidence in his own game here is huge for us. Again, we're not 7-2 without Ryland at the end of the day, right? He's making a lot of quality saves, and that's what any team in this league needs. Good goalie that's going to make those stops.
Is it a little extra special? I mean, this is a franchise, even though they're not technically Rochester. This was a team that you coached, you worked for them, you played for that franchise. How good does this feel to get a win over them?
It's nice, and it'd be a lot nicer if we would have closed the door a little bit better, I think. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. But the other thing too is, right, like, for me personally, it's great. For guys in our room, it's just another game. They don't have that connection that a couple of us do, right? So this is just another game, and it's a message to ourselves that, hey, they're still considered a big boy, and we can play with them, and we had an opportunity, and we took advantage of it tonight.